Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Dino Crisis for the PlayStation 1. In the last episode, my initial escape plan via extraction chopper pretty much went kablooey thanks to the motherfucking T-Rex. So I was basically forced to flee underground, and on the way there to the B3 area where I'm currently am now, I discovered that the basement 3 area of the research facility has an underground port that will likely contain something we'll need in order to get out of here. And eventually, after exploring around the B3 area a bit, and also figuring out that Gail and Kirk are down here somewhere as well, me and Rick managed to finally open the door to go to the port area, but, well, we found a vortex that was likely created by the third energy experiment blocking our way. So now we gotta try to find some way to get rid of the vortex if we want to gain access to the port. So what I gotta do now is I got to go to the security pass room down on the B2 area, because that will lead us to the general area that we need to go to next in order to start taking care of the problem of the vortex. So I'm just gonna go this way. Hello, Angry Kitty. Goodbye, Angry Kitty. Okay, before I move on, though, I want to rewrite these key chips that I got, because I'm going to need them for in just a couple minutes. So what I need to do is I need to first put in key chip B2 key chip slot in the slot right here for number 1, and then put number 2 right here. But before I do that, let me just take a look at this passcode number, because the other one is blank. 0392. Let's put that in here now. And now let's mess with this. We gotta overwrite the data on this thing. 0392. The number has been confirmed. The magnetic pattern data for 0392 is being displayed. Please override the magnetic patterns of the key chips correctly. Now, this puzzle looks awfully familiar to you, I'm sure, because it's basically a variation of the little sliding puzzle thing from the B2 lab area. But I got 2 columns I gotta mess with this time, instead of just 1. But it's pretty much exactly the same as the B1 puzzle. I just simply gotta match both columns up top with the pictures right beneath them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that right now, and just get everything set up. What am I? That was too far. Damn it. Okay, let's try that. There we go. Now we put these 2 up here. And next we move over to the second column, and now we gotta put all the little red slot things down in the bottom. Next, we move over here and select this thing, and then we swap. And we are golden. Okay, we've taken out the overridden key chips from the slot. Okay, we got our overridden key chips. You'll see what I'll need them for in just a few minutes. But now I gotta unlock this door so we can proceed onward. A DDK device has a symbol S is inscribed. So the first letter of the password is S, much like the letter that represents the door. And using the elimination rules that we know on how to decipher the code, we would get this password. I'll give you guys a second to figure out yourselves in case you want to, and then just compare my answer to see if you get it right. I'll wait. You done? Got it all figured out? Stabilizer. S for stabilizer. And we got an unlocked door. I don't want to save just yet. We now have access to the parts storage.
Initiating decontamination procedure. Sterilization is effective while in facility.
So yeah, those little rings of light are apparently a glorified sanitation device for people entering parts of the lab. Now, if only technology like that actually existed in the real world, showers would be pretty much made completely redundant. We got this door unlocked now. So now we can go to the experiment room hall whenever we want to, without having to backtrack through all those vents and stuff in order to get here. Which will be very convenient, and we'll need to go through here soon enough. But first I gotta move on. A keycard level A is required to open the door. So we still don't have the A card, so we can't do anything yet. And look at this, we got another locked door. The symbol D is inscribed. Let's set the thing. So, again, since a D is inscribed on this door, we know that the first letter of the password is going to start with D. If you guys want to try to figure this code out on your own, well, once again, I'll let you guys have a second here to just pause the video and then just see if you can figure it out on your own and see if you get it right. But I'll warn you, they're not exactly playing around with this code. I'll wait. You done? Alright, let's see if you guys get it right. Or got it right, excuse me. DOCTORKIRK. Dr. Kirk. And luckily, this will be the last DDK lock that we'll have to mess with in the entire game. So if you manage to get this right, then pat yourselves on the back. You no longer have to deal with this bullshit anymore. So now we got a passageway. And more locked doors that we have to go through. A slot isn't to insert a key chip. Number 0392 is inscribed. So those B2 chips that we were just messing with a few minutes ago, that's what I need to put them into. This slot right here, specifically key chip 2. For our first door. Our second one is right over there. If you tried to put the key chips in before overwriting the data like I showed you, they wouldn't work and you'd effectively be stuck. So, let's put you in. We're entering something big if all these locked doors are any indication. That and the rather sinister background music. And we got 2 aesthetic aids, so I might as well just go ahead and mix these 2. Got 3 dart S's. Now, if this hallway didn't look like something out of a Star Trek show or Star Wars, I don't know what will. Whatever it is, it's big.
Rick, I've located the main generator of the third energy.
Great. See if you can activate it.
Yep, this is the third energy generator, ladies and gentlemen. The big science experiment that is behind everything going on in this entire island. Or at least one of them was. The experiment, well, Well, at least, you know, the experimental generator that was moved outside of the facility at some point. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The door is locked from the other side, so we can't go in through here. I'm just going to go down here real fast. Now, we don't have everything that we need yet to activate the generator, but we will soon. We will soon enough here. I just simply want to go down here and check for any items that might be lying around that I might need later on. Let's press the button. And nothing happened. Certain preparations have to be made before pushing the switch. We got a plug. So yeah, this is one of the things we'll need to mess with when activating the generator. The panel that activates the third energy generator.
Error. Preparation procedure incomplete.
We can't mess with it yet because, well, we missed a few steps along the way to prepare this thing. But yeah, you'll figure out exactly what I'll need to do in just a minute. Because I think I got every item I can find in here for now. Well, not necessarily every item, but I will soon enough. So I'm just going to go back up here, and we're going to move on to the room right next to this one. The third energy control room. There is where we need to go. Now there's some more stuff we need to examine and look for in here before we move on. The sub panel for the terminal that controls the sub generator. Terminals that monitor the generator. They are being used to monitor how the generator works on a real-time basis. Okay, we got another item right up here. Let's go grab that. I now got 11 plugs. I'm all plugged out. Bulletproof glass made of liquid crystal. You can't see through it because it is currently set to smoke mode. I need to figure out how it's possible to create smoke modes in certain types of glass, as it were. Like, what's the science behind that? Is that even a real thing, though? Because I know that magic mirrors are a thing where you can only see one way through them, but I don't know. I need to actually confirm this thing exists before I wonder what the science is behind it. Another sub-panel for the generator. And a sub-display for the terminal that controls the generator. Got an elevator right there, and I just realized I forgot to go down some stairs that are right here. Data from the main console is shown on display. When the main console is malfunctioning, the system can be operated from here. So there's a card item right here, a key card level B. So that elevator that you just saw up on the upper floor of the control room, with this card I can now access the rest station in the B3 area. So I can go back to the port real quick if I wanted to. But I don't really need to go back there just yet. Researcher's Journal. Let's read it. Since I was assigned to this department, all I've done is sample the simulation data of the generator. Even a college student could handle these tasks. Why doesn't Kirk want us to operate the generator? Doesn't he trust our ability and skill? Written by O. To O. I don't think the problem is so simple. Because his ID card is required to operate the generator. Once an accident occurs, Kirk is the only person who can stop it. I don't see what the military is planning to do with this conniving, nonsensical procedure. Written by N. I have an idea. It's about that guy Tom, who was recently assigned to the B1 area. He often comes to me to ask about our job. I guess he can't resist my charming personality. Why don't we invite him into our group and have him spy on Dr. Kirk? This should This should work, as he is good at getting the confidence of other people. Written by B. To B. Don't be so simple-minded. Have you already forgotten how you've been trying to get Kirk's attention until recently? Learn to think a bit more logically first. At any rate, the male researchers here don't seem to know much of anything beyond research. Maybe you ought to try showing the next one you become close friends with the wonders of shampoo and the washing machine. Written by C. Passive-aggressive much? Although, to be fair, I've yet to see a single shower anywhere in this facility, so they probably all do stink. BO must be terrible indeed. Okay, we got an item right here. Got intense fire. I'll hold on to that for now. The main console that controls the generator. It cannot be operated because it is in a state of system lock. Okay, I found everything I think I need to find in here, so I'm going to go back up. We got a memo right here. A file entitled Generator Instruction Manual. We read the file. How to activate and control the generator. Number 1. Prepare to activate the generator by operating the main panel on the upper floor of the control room. 2. Move to the B3 area of the generator to set an initializer. 3. Operate the panel near the initializer to connect the inhale shaft to the generator. 4. Move to the B2 area to set a stabilizer. 5. Activate the generator. 6. Go back to the control room and adjust the output on the lower floor. When activating the generator, make sure the doctor is present. To avoid accidents, the generator cannot be activated without Dr. Kirk's ID card. So remember that little simulation machine in Dr. Kirk's hidden lab on the B1 area? That looks kind of similar to the vortex in front of the port, and how I had to basically set the initializer and stabilizer before activating the thing. This procedure is pretty much what that thing was foreshadowing. Just how to activate the generator proper. Specifically, the order in which I need to set the right parts before activating them. So, let's go ahead and try to mess with this thing. A terminal that controls the generator.
Error. Preparation procedure incomplete. Announcement. Power for generator is disconnected.
Yeah, trying to generate a new power source to a generator without the generator itself having a power source to generate this alternative power source would be a problem. So we really should go take care of that. In here, to be precise. And there is somebody on the ground here. She is unconscious. She is dying. You know, if you weren't limited by gameplay, I would suggest that you try to heal her with one of your first aid kits, but, well, we're limited by gameplay, so we really can't do anything, unfortunately. The B2 area map is on the wall. Let's record the map data. So we pretty much got all the B2 area explored except for that one little section in the bottom right corner. We tried to access one of the doors when we entered the generator room, but it's locked from the other side. Tools for maintenance are inside. Let's research this memo. Let's read the file. Kirk has been hiding everything from the researchers recently. In a demonstration of solidarity, the B1 lab area staff has decided to investigate what Kirk and the military personnel are up to. As a start, we managed to set a wiretapping device at the parts storage area where they've been holding meetings. The device is sound activated and records automatically. It can also play back the recordings. It may be the best way to come up with some clues. We need Dr. Kirk's ID card to check the generator. We already know his registration number. It is 31415. All we need now to forge his ID card is his fingerprint data. So you know what this means. We got to basically forge Dr. Kirk's ID with the ID card that we've already acquired early on in order to activate the generator. So even after we get the power rerouted to the third energy generator, we're pretty much going to be SOL without Kirk's identification to help us. Machines that control and store the energy created by the third energy generator. You'd think that they'd be a lot bigger. The door is locked from the other side. So this door that also connects to that one section that's locked is also locked to the other side. So that tells me that somebody is in that part of the lab. And they don't want anybody getting in right now. So we'll just ignore that for now and just mess with this thing. The circuit schematics display the status of the emergency power supply. Currently, it is set to the basic power source of the facility. You can switch the supply destination of the emergency power to the third energy generator. Let's switch the supply destination. Remember this puzzle from back during the escape sequence on B1? So yeah, we gotta mess with this crap again. But luckily, this will be pretty easy. Put this here, then this, and there we go. Easy peasy. Now let's go here. Yeah, like I said, even though we can't really do anything with the generator right now, we have to examine this panel again here in order to move things forward. So we're going to do that right now.
Announcement. Generator test complete. Remember, a special key card is required to operate the generator.
That was a gunshot. Definitely not a good sign. Let's go investigate. The investigation's turning very bloody very quickly. Somebody shot this poor lady to death. She's been shot to death. She's not breathing. She's holding a memo written in blood. Numbers 1281 are written. Also, I gotta ask. I only heard a single gunshot, so how the hell would a single gunshot be able to produce this much blood spatter everywhere? Like, holy shit. Like, what the fuck are they wielding? A hand cannon or something? Anyway, this is open now. They look like devices that record the data when the third energy is activated. They've been handled by someone with bloody hands. Their fingerprints can be seen clearly. Now here's a little cool trick that you can use the fingerprint device on. There are fingerprints, so let's use it. We now have the fingerprint data of the killer, which we're going to need later. And off they go. Passageway to personal lab. Get back here, buddy. You just murdered somebody. That is totally uncool. You must face justice.
Don't move.
But I want to.
And what do you think you're doing?
Carving a name for myself in history with the ultimate energy source.
Open your eyes, you freak. Your precious creation is nothing more than another weapon to be misused.
You seem to have a small degree of superficial intelligence. It's too bad that it is wasted on one who is about to die.
Thanks. Hey, Gail, thank you again.
Rick, our target has been secured. Report here immediately. Sorry to interrupt your lecture, Doc. You were saying?
Yes, I was saying. I discovered how the third energy could affect space if it ran unchecked 3 years ago. I thought that the energy had the ability to transfer selective space to an alternate time-space continuum. But I was incorrect. The space was not transferred, it was exchanged. To put it in terms that even you can understand, third energy has the ability to replace a pocket in space with one from a different time.
What?
Equivalent exchange.
Yes. I came to these conclusions following this evening's final experiment. You've seen the effects yourself. Those beasts were occupying the space this facility is located on almost 65 million years ago.
Right. So that's how those dinosaurs appeared in our time.
Dinosaurs via time travel.
Precisely. And that is what I have done.
Uh-huh. And how many people were sacrificed before you made this discovery?
Who cares? The numbers are quite irrelevant. Let's just say that there were many. Extraordinary deaths for ordinary men, don't you think?
Spoken like a true devil.
A god or a devil? I don't care about that. Only my experiment.
Enough.
Still, you gotta
Only
admit,
one thing
going out
matters
via
at this
dinosaurs
point.
is a cool way to
Your
go
grand
out.
invention is blocking our escape.
You need to destroy the vortex. The only way to do that is to allow the generator's third energy levels to overload. Theoretically speaking, the third energy and the vortex will cancel each other out if they come in contact with one another. But there is one small catch. If you cannot stop the generator's third energy overload, this entire region may be shifted to another point in the space-time continuum.
Then we'll just make sure to be somewhere else when the shift happens. No problem.
But we couldn't even activate the device.
You're missing the initializer and stabilizer, right?
Where are they?
Calm down. They should be stored in one of the security level A rooms on floor B3.
Very good, Doc. Now you understand our situation. We live, you live.
You really are a dick, Doc. A murderous dick. And an egotistical dick. The worst kind of dick. Anyway, we got the key card level A. We can now access those level A doors that we've been seeing all over the place now. And I think also with this card, I can now use the elevator in the rest area and on the third energy control room to access the floors of all the facility now. B1, B2, B3, and the ground level. So I can pretty much go to just about every area, back to every area in the game now. If I wanted. Anyway, hi Rick.
Okay, I'm all set to whip up a program that will send a stream of third energy into the vortex.
I'll keep an eye on the doctor. Regina, you go find those devices and overload the third energy. Remember, they're in a security level A room on floor B3.
Hold up. That whole floor is crawling with dinosaurs, including that T-Rex. Let's get this situation under control before charging off. Here, take this. The disc contains the draft plans for the initializer and stabilizer. I stumbled over them while searching through the database. Fortunately, the room where the parts are stored is not far from here. We should gather up the parts and assemble the devices.
Don't be ridiculous. Regina doesn't have the technical knowledge for that. We don't even know if all the right parts are there. We'd be better off simply trying to hunt down the completed devices.
It's too dangerous down there. She won't make it.
It's your call then, Regina. You're the one who has to do this. So what's your choice?
Yet another choice. So, I can just go with Gail's strategy and just head for the B3 level A area and get the completed devices that way, which admittedly would be the easier strategy, even with the T-Rex. But on the other hand, I have been following Rick's strategies all the way up until this point, and even though it might in a lot of ways be might be more difficult for me to do it this way, I'm just gonna go with Rick's strategy and just assemble the parts myself. So we're gonna head to the parts storage on B2.
It's your show, girl. I just hope you know what you're doing.
Do whatever you want. Just don't fail.
We got the planning disc, and with this, you can build the initializer and the stabilizer. And anyway, Gail, I haven't been failing anything at all. It's everybody else around me that's been failing. You've been failing to keep a good eye on your teammates, and being a good team leader. To be fair, well, what do I mean to be fair? I mean, there's nothing. I'm not. Whatever. Point is, you haven't been a good team leader. Rick, his only failure, I suppose, was, I don't know, not, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I want to really fault him necessarily for Tom's death. And the helicopter chopper, well, the helicopter pilot, excuse me. Well, his biggest mistake was not moving out of the way of the motherfucking T-Rex when it showed itself. And we all saw what happened when he didn't do that. Possibly the private belongings of Dr. Kirk. They are covered with dust. Too focused on your research, egomaniac? Household items and Kirk documents are mixed together. Old documents and miscellaneous items. Miscellaneous documents and a computer, nothing useful. It looks like a plan sheet for the generator. The rough schematics of the generator are on the table, and we got a memo right here. A notice to his staff from Dr. Kirk. Let's read it. Notice. Preparing the stabilizer and the initializer. Make sure these two devices, are ready in time for the experiment. Each of these two devices consists of the following three parts. Core parts, Protect A, and Protect B. This means 6 parts are needed in all. These parts are separately stored in the experiment room, the design room, and the parts storage room. So that's 3 rooms we gotta go to. Once you have acquired all 6 parts, you can assemble them in the experiment room. The weightless manipulator must be operated by staff of level A class. Well, luckily we have a level A card so we can operate that machine. The white coat has been worn out. It is stained with chemicals. I like how there's a "Don't bother me" sign in here. On that door. Like, what, do you casually allow people into your private laboratory? The panel on the ceiling has been removed, and the boxes are covered with dust. Oh. It could be under construction. The panel is missing, and the wiring has not been completed yet. It's been untouched for a long time. All the books are covered with dust. Doctor's personal belongings, and it has been okay. That says the same thing. More personal belongings, and books are covered with dust, and we got an item right here. Thanks for the med pack, Doc. I don't think you're gonna need it. So I'm just gonna make that. Maybe I should have made a stronger anesthetic to our thing. Oh well. Hey, how you doing, dickhead?
Did you find those devices yet?
What is with that dumb laugh? You're trying to come off as sinister and in control of the situation, but honestly, you're more cringy to me than anything. I'm the one with the shotgun, and he's the one with the rifle. And yet you're grinning audaciously like a fool. You keep doing that. You just have your little staring contest with Gail here.
What are you still doing here? Go get those devices.
Don't rush me, man. I will get them in due time. Gail's keeping an eye on the doctor. Clearly. A part of an old document. It has Dr. Kirk's signature on it. Let's read it. Third Energy as the Final Weapon by Edward Kirk. If the third energy reaction exceeds the critical point, it evokes the overload phenomenon. When this happens, we can't control it. The huge amount of energy creates chain reactions and begins to disintegrate the surrounding air. The ensuing explosion will vaporize anything in the near vicinity. If we could control the area where the overload occurs, the third energy will literally become the ultimate weapon. So your idea of the ultimate weapon is to basically do equivalent exchange time travel, and just swap whatever areas of space that you want to swap them out with well I don't know, some random pocket of space from another point in time. Like, that to me seems like a really stupid idea, because I mean, if swapping out some of the space that occupies this island was enough to bring dinosaurs to the present, and if there's no real way to control what time period, what pocket of space from which time period will be selected every time an overload occurs, what if you bring something from another point in time that'll be like 10 times worse than the dinosaurs? Like, I don't know, space aliens or something, or just creatures that are infected with a really nasty ancient virus that, well, we have no means to combat. Like, you know, something like that, you know? Because again, if the pocket of space that's switched out is completely random, then there's a good chance that you could bring something from another point in time that would just basically kill us all. To me, using this as a weapon just seems a lot more trouble than it's worth, but what the fuck do I know? I'm not the mad scientist here. Dickhead over there is. You know what? I'm gonna call you Captain Kirk. Because you're the captain of this, well, pretty much dead ship. All your crewmates are dead, courtesy of your experiment. And yet, you still want to act like as though you're totally in control of everything. So, I will just call you Captain. Captain Kirk. Plus, I just want to make a Star Trek reference. 2 in 1. The power of the weapon depends on how much energy we can restrain before the explosion occurs. In other words, the capability of the stabilizer is the key to everything. And yet, you haven't really been progressing very far. Come on, Kirk. Can't you use that brain of yours just a teeny bit harder? I'm sure you can do it if you really put your small mind to it. The third energy was supposed to be the project of the development policy. Create the basic power source for the permanently stationed weapon. Can't you come up with a better name for your fucking weapons? If we change the policy of the project here and now, this government will be able to obtain the most deadly destructive device in the world. However, our current budget is completely out of the question. You'll find the estimate of the budget in the next chapter. Please review and consider. I won't really call it destructive if all you're doing is just simply swapping out pockets of space with one another. You're not destroying anything. You're just switching stuff around, quite literally. You want destruction? Just go with the old-fashioned nuke. That not only will that vaporize anything that the explosion gets caught under, it will pretty much turn said area into a nuclear wasteland for centuries. Really nasty fucking shit. And that's been around for, like, what, almost a century now? At least? I think I already read this thing, so let's move on. A display used to monitor the generator. Door has been unlocked. Okay, so we're going to now start assembling all the parts we need to create our own initializer and stabilizer. So we're going to go right back to the parts storage. That'll be our first stop. I hear another angry cat. Hi, precious. I must leave you now, but I promise to feed you later. That is, of course, unless the overload occurs before it's feeding time and I have to get the hell out of here, or if I just simply forget. You know, I think I forgot to, yeah, there was a memo I checked, and, you know what, I'm gonna... Okay. There's a memo in the on the bomb floor in the control room I read, and I think I checked out the memo in the little power room for the generator. Whatever, I'll just go back there real quick just to make doubly sure I did. Okay. Okay, Kirk has been... Okay, I did read this. Okay, so... let's move this out of the way. We got a plug and this thing, a small wiretapping device. It appears to have something recorded on it, so that's a wiretapping device that little memo I just went back for mentioned. So let's play the recording.
My only concern regarding the new generator is the stabilizer. It functions perfectly under nominal conditions, but it's still a problem under certain conditions. Look, with the generous budget, personnel, and facilities at your disposal, shouldn't you be able to solve that problem? Once complete control can be established, we will literally have the power of a god at our disposal. And it will all be attainable if you cooperate with me. The power of a god. How could I refuse?
The combination of the beeping sounds at the end of a conversation is the clue that we need to get the first parts that we need. That's what it is. Anyway, Mr. Military Guy, Kirk, your weapon is too fucking impractical and risky, as I pointed out earlier. You'd be much better off just going with a fucking nuke. Now, why did I circle this thing? So, the core parts, yeah, the parts that we need, the first set of parts, are in those little safe locker things on the right over there. The ones with the red lights we can just ignore. I can't access those. And this is just the same memo in his personal lab here that talks about the parts that we need for assembling them all together. So we need to use the applying disc on this little terminal right here, and then we got to basically use the sound of this little thing in order to guess the passcode. You can only move the little cursor thing over little numbers in order to try to input a passcode, which has 6 digits total. So I'll just go ahead and put in the rest of the correct passcode. And there we go. We got our first set of parts. We got the core parts 1 to be combined with protective parts 1A and protective parts 1B. And we got core parts 2 to be combined with protective parts 2A and protective parts 2B. Now before we move on, I want to go down here and grab this. GG parts. By remodeling the cylinder, grenade bullets can be fired continuously. So if you've noticed, whenever I use the grenade launcher, there is a noticeable delay in between when I can fire shots, because I'd have to reload after each shot. But with this, I'll now be able to modify my grenade launcher to where I won't really need to have such a huge delay in between shots. So I'll be able to fire rounds a lot more quicker. So I'll just go ahead and put it all together, and look at this beauty. It's beautiful and deadly and actually practical now. Okay, so where we need to go next is this way. Right past this door we unlocked earlier. So we're gonna go down here. Into the stabilizer design room. So we need to operate this terminal with the playing disc and another one in the corner of the room right over there in order to get more of the parts we need. So I remember the passwords that I need in order to unlock both these unlock both things that I need to get more parts. If I could just talk. So for this one, I need to input 0204. Wait, maybe it was the other one. In case you're wondering how you get these passwords, well, refer to this memo right here. Specifically this section. You will find the models of the two parts we'll find the models of the two parts in the case set at the center. If you've not seen them, be sure to check and see what they look like. If you split the numbers that you use when obtaining the core parts and add 0 to each of the split numbers, they will give you the pass numbers you'll need when obtaining the other two protected parts. So that number I just tried to put in there, for example, I was able to obtain that by just putting a 0 in front of some of the parts that I'll need in order to operate one of these panels in order to get the thing. Basically, numbers that I get from the protected parts that I need. So let's put the disk in here. Now let's try put that password in 0204. Here we go. Okay, we got protected part 1A. The critical part to the stabilizer. It protects the core from parts from shock. And we got 2A. So that's passcode number 1 that we need. Now for number 2, we need to input 0367. So it's basically just adding a 0 in front of the first few digits of that passcode that we input to get the first core parts back in the part storage. And now we got protected part 1B. So all I need to get now, I got the core parts. So I need to get one more protect part, and then I'll have all 6 parts. The last one that we're going to need will be in the stabilizer experiment room, which we'll also need to go in order to assemble everything together. You there. They'll be everything I need to do will be in that little room right there, right behind the level A door. But before I go in, I need to use that little memo that researcher had on her to open this thing. 1281. And now I got more shotgun parts. Parts such as the foregrip and barrel upgrade the weapon to an SPA S12. So we'll use the parts here. And look at my new rig. This rig couples increased stopping power with rapid fire capability. So my shotgun is now a beast. Anyway, let's go ahead and go in here now. Shelves used to store the assembled prototype parts. This device assembles the parts of the generator in the necessary weightless environment. It appears that the critical parts of the generator can be assembled here. So after we get our last part, we'll use any one of the parts that we've gathered right in front of that terminal. It's used to make adjustments for the machines that handle the parts assembly. Okay, there's our last part right in there. So let's use the planning disc right in front of this. Okay, we got everything. Let's assemble our initializer and stabilizer. Okay, let's assemble the parts we have. This will be very easy to do. All we gotta do is just turn this thing around and make sure that they line up with the parts that are coming in towards the center. And I see a visual glitch in the upper left corner right there. Easy. Now we gotta do the same thing for the initializer. You would think that they would start the initializer first, since, you know, it's the thing that's needed to start the generator, but... Oh, okay. What? What are you doing? Why was it... Okay, for some reason it was... not stopping. It had a little bit of more noticeable momentum to it. Okay. Okay. I say that this is super easy to do, and here I am fucking it up. Good old-fashioned Neosekken style. Okay, there we go. Yeah, just try not to push the directional buttons on your controller too quickly, otherwise you're just going to end up with the same problem that I just displayed there. And momentum will work against you. Okay, right there. I see... Okay, there it is. I see you. There we go. Much better. Okay, we got our stabilizer. The parts necessary to stabilize control the generator. Okay. We are good to go, ladies and gentlemen. So we are now going to double back to the generator room itself, and we're going to start... Actually, wait. I almost forgot. I need to forge Dr. Kirk's ID card before I can actually operate the thing. Glad I remembered that. So what we'll do first is we'll go to the security pass room, and we'll take the fingerprint data that we collected from... Since there's velociraptors right here, I'll just go right through here. Because why the fuck not? Yeah, we just gotta take the fingerprint data we collected from those bloody handprints, and then with the passcode that we got from that memo right in that little power room for the generator, we have everything we'll need to forge Dr. Kirk's ID. Another thing I should also note is you can also get Dr. Kirk's ID, his fingerprints, from the man himself when he's being, well, held captive by Gail in his private laboratory. You just gotta simply stand right in front of him and use the fingerprint data. In which case, Regina will just crouch right in front of him and then collect his fingerprints from his shoes or something. Do not ask me how that works, because I could not tell you. Regina is weird like that. Okay, so let's put our ID card right here. Initializing card data rewriting sequence. Let's put in his ID, 31415. Registration number has been verified. Please input the fingerprint data. Okay. We are golden. Section 3rd Energy Laboratory. ID Supervisor Edward Kirk. Let's overwrite the data. Now we are golden. The card data has been rewritten. Okay. I can now activate the 3rd energy generator. I have both the level A card and Dr. Kirk's ID. I have unrestricted access to this entire laboratory now. Just how I want it. So, okay, so now we can go back to the generator room. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, I think there's still a little item that back on the second floor of the facility I still need to get. Now the question is, will it let me use the elevator to get up there? If not, then I gotta activate the generator first. In which case, if I have to, then it's fine by me because I need to go in here anyway. I'll be right there. I'll be right here in case it won't let me use the elevator. Yeah, that's what I thought. It won't let me use the elevator. Not yet, anyway. So, let's go ahead and go up here and... Actually, wait. I don't think I need to use the ID card like this, so let's just go in front here.
Power for generator is connected. Announcement. Please place the initializer and the stabilizer in the generator.
Okay, we're ready. Now we gotta set our initializer and stabilizers. So now we gotta go to the lower floor of the generator room and input the initializer. Right around here. Right down this pathway. So we need to mess with this first. Let's press the button. Initializer, in you go. Okay, that's all set. Now we mess with this terminal. Panel that activates the third energy generator. Let's operate it. Now we need to go back up and then set our stabilizer. That doesn't really seem safe. All that steam coming out of that thing. You probably get a nasty burn. Of course, we don't really have to worry about that, because I guess Regina is steam-proof. Okay, so we need to go over there in order to set our stabilizer. So I'll just mess with this thing. Press this button. Okay. Now we can go over here. Huh, I thought I just heard an audio glitch or something. Okay, let's press the button. Now let's put our stabilizer in. Well, once I operate this terminal, he'll be the point of no return. So, to quote Samuel L. Jackson's character from the first Jurassic Park movie, hold on to your butts. Panel top that activates the third energy generator. Let's operate it.
Third energy output is approaching critical point. Attempt to compensate.
Okay, Regina. Adjust the power output to maximum.
Here goes. Just remember there's no turning back once it overloads.
Then we won't look back. Crank that sucker and go out with a boom.
I repeat, hold on to your butts.
Generator has surpassed safety parameters. Third energy overload in progress. All staff evacuate immediately. All staff evacuate immediately.
The ceiling! Move it!
Well, that looks like it would kill you.
What was the point in saving me? How pathetic.
I better get back to Gail, like right now.
Okay. Just get Kirk. Hurry.
Take it easy, Gail.
No. Take this. Tagged him with transmitter.
Gail. Gail.
I got the pulse receiver. You can use it to find the location of Dr. Kirk. So I can. He's in that area right there. Disembarkation Immigration Office.
All right. The overload levels are increasing. Just a little more. Looking good. Gail, what happened to him?
I don't know, but Kirk's gone.
What do you mean you don't know? A pipe fell on him.
I'm gonna kill him!
And how were you able to get that pipe off him anyway? That sucker looked heavy. And the visual glitches are really showing themselves pretty prominently here.
This is it. All that's left is our escape. Let's go.
Wait, what about Kirk?
What about him? It's a miracle we're still alive at this point. Forget about him.
Kind of is.
Forget the mission. You're not here to babysit.
Sorry, but I have a conscience. I'm taking you back, now.
No. You two get going. I'm going after Kirk.
What? You're insane! Don't you remember our situation? The third energy can't be controlled anymore. Staying here any longer is suicide.
Dino, I'm not back in 30 minutes. You two make your escape without me.
30 minutes seems awfully...
Do something.
You're awfully optimistic if you think that 30 minutes is going to be all the time we need to get out of here before everything goes kaboom. Anyway, we got our final choice. So, we have the option to either go with Gail's idea and put priority on the mission and go after Kirk, or we should just... or we can follow Rick's idea and ignore going after Kirk, and then just get the hell out of here. So I'm just going to go with Rick's idea for now, and just ignore my duty.
Gail!
Thanks. That G.I. Joe deserved it. Come on.
So, yeah, the final choice your final decision here can affect what kind of ending that you'll get. So yeah, there's multiple endings to this game. I'm going to show you the first one. And then after this episode is done and over with, I will just go ahead and get started on unlocking the other endings. I'm going to do a completionist run on this game. Anyway, let's go ahead and get the fuck out of here. Okay, where are you? You got a multiplier right there. And now we're at the port. There are many types of materials. Man-made nuclear energy material, nucleum, is stored here. You could take some of it if you had an energy pack. Who comes up with these names, honestly? Nucleum. Covered materials. Now, okay, there's an item right over there. It's a large shutter. It can't be opened from here. Recovery aid right here. Oh, I should have used that for my thing here. No wonder. Okay, we got 3 medpack L's right there. Okay, I don't think there's anything else this way, so we're gonna go over here. How you doing, Gail? You're probably pretty pissed at me right now, but, well, I'm doing you a favor, believe me. So we got our red box. So we got one little red box right here, and I bet you're wondering why would they give you a little red box for ammunition and stuff right here when our escape craft is like right here? I'll let you guys figure it out, but I think it should be pretty obvious why they would put that there. Maintenance records are written here. It doesn't look like it's been used for a long time. Maintenance appliances for the hovercraft are stored here.
Okay, let's get out.
We can't. At least not yet. It needs fuel and some repairs before it'll move.
I'll take care of the fuel then.
It looks like this thing is powered by some type of nuclear energy. Here, put the fuel in this.
Got the energy tank. The tank capacity meter reads empty. You would think that they would keep this thing maintained and properly fueled in case they need to get the hell out of Dodge, like the situation we're in now. This is very poor preparations, I gotta say. I must quickly prepare to escape for Gail's sake. So we're going to go back out here. It hasn't been used for a long time. Yes, we... Actually, no, we don't need to save again. Oh, wait, there's some nucleum right this way. Let me go this way. Okay, right here. Tank. You got nucleum. A highly stable man-made nuclear energy. The meter reads full. Why can't regular oil work on that hovercraft? Just out of interest? Or some other type of conventional fuel? You know, I might as well go ahead and use this. So I'm at 1% full health.
Good enough?
It's the T-Rex again.
It's the
Leave him to
motherfucking
me.
T-Rex.
You just work on getting that thing fixed.
Right. Hold up, Regina. Take this.
Thank you. You got a plug. And grenade bullets. Okay, so I got 12 grenade rounds in total. So I'm going to equip my newly upgraded grenade gun. Let's go T-Rex hunting. Actually, since I'm at the end here and I'm not going to need all the extra plugs anyway, I might as well check and see what I can find in this red box real quick. Might as well put that there. Actually, let me put the anesthetic aid here. Okay. Is there a resuscitation I can access? Nope. Then again, poison darts aren't really going to help me here. Alright, we're good to go. Now let's go T-Rex hunting. Motherfucking T-Rex. You're very persistent. Going after just one human. Although you're probably... Although, to be fair, you probably are just very hungry. Okay. Oh, shit! Keep running.
Fire in the hole! Get down!
You missed, Rick.
All set? It's time to make like a tree and get out of here.
What kind of sense does that make? Who writes your lines?
Oh boy, I'd say it's time to run! Blast! It's gonna overtake us!
What are you talking about. We're fine. The entire section of the island, though, not so much. I just realized I never went back to get that one item on the second floor of the ground facility. Shit. Oh well, it was just upgrade. It was just parts to upgrade my handgun, and well, as I clearly demonstrated, I didn't really need them anyway. So, whatever, right? I think maybe I'll try to remember to do that for my second run. So yeah, I'm going to do a second run on this game after this video, where I'll be following Gail's choices throughout and seeing how those affect the story. Before I eventually get to the ending, the ending I can only see from choosing his option for the final decision of the game. Because despite all the different options that they give you throughout the story, the only choice that really affects the ending of the game is the final one that you make and the actions that you take thereafter. Everything else that leads up to it is just basically an alternate way to progress the same basic story forward. Just you decide what would be the easiest way to move the plot forward, going with, a safer strategy like with Rick's or a more risky one like Gail's. Unfortunately, the decisions, most of the decisions don't really affect the plot all that much at all. But nonetheless, I'm going to cover all of Gail's choices so you all can see the differences. And then we'll see his ending. And then after that, well, there will be one final ending that we'll have to get. Like, see that chopper right there? We never actually saw that location in this run, and that kind of gives you a hint as to, towards, well, another possible escape route. Because I mean, it's a freaking chopper. You'll see what the escape route in question is. The other escape route in question is once I start getting to the third ending.
You have mail. The final report of Operation Dr. Kirk. Agent name, Regina. Dr. Kirk. Status, unknown.
Due to unforeseen elements of the area, we were unable to recapture Dr. Kirk. His survival is unknown.
Unfortunately.
Gail. Status, alive.
Gail did survive, but he is seriously injured and is currently recovering at our military medical facility.
Rick. Status, alive.
Rick is currently analyzing the data that was recovered from Ibis Island.
Regina. Status, alive.
As for myself, I'm ready to begin my next assignment.
Tom. Status, deceased.
Tom was attacked and killed by a giant reptile that was inhabiting the island. He will be missed.
Cooper. Status, unknown.
We lost contact with Cooper at the beginning of the mission and have not heard from him since then.
Mission complete.
Game mode normal. Continue 0. Clear time just under 5 hours and save 13 times. Endings 1 of 3.
Operation instructions.
Excellent. Your performance was outstanding. Now I have a special mission for you. Although the challenges of the next mission will be extreme, I am confident in your abilities. Good luck. Excellent. You got mad skills, Dino Crisis. That's a nice leather jacket you got, Regina. Special mission, Extinction Agenda. Annihilate all creatures. Use this save data to play this special game. So, and I've unlocked a new costume. Use this save data in your next mission. I'm getting a tickle in my throat. Sorry about that. I'm just going to go ahead and save over my data here. So what the extinction mode thing is kind of similar to the mercenaries mode of a Resident Evil game after you beat it for the first time and start unlocking all the extra modes. And I don't think there's really anything that there was if memory serves, there wasn't anything you could really unlock from playing that mode that you could use in like the next game or something. But it's been a long time since I actually bothered to play that mode that I could be very wrong. So I have the ability to unlock 4 costumes, which I can switch into on my save file at literally any time I load my game. Like, I don't have to stick to just one costume for a file. After I beat the game for the first time, I can switch between them if I so choose. But there's one fourth one here I haven't unlocked yet, which I think I'll only be able to unlock after I see Ending 3. So that'll be my final reward when I complete the game. So I'll just select Army type. So yeah, Operation Dr. Kirk is the single-player game, and Wipeout is the mercenary-style dinosaur hunting game. So yeah, like I said, I'm just going to start a second run after this episode, and what I'll do is I'll just wear one of the costumes that I've unlocked, and I'll just cover parts of the game that we haven't seen, which I can only see by choosing all of Gail's options. And then once I'll just go from there. I'll just basically play the game as normal in between these new segments of the game. Take care of all the boring repetitive stuff for you guys and let you guys see only the new stuff. So, with that said, I guess I'm just going to go ahead and cut things off here. I hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Dino Crisis. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.